Hello, I'm going to give you an overview of the setup of the Eno FlexAB280 integrated interactive system. And what we're going to do is show you that you don't need any special configurations or any special AV hardware. Simply a commercially available external video card will allow you to display your desktop as well as an extended desktop with these two projectors. And we're going to zoom in and we're going to show you the laptop so you can see how this is applicable. This is a standard Dell laptop, and you can see that we have the standard HDMI connection connected to one of the projectors. This can be VGA or any video connection that is on your laptop. And then of course we have the Eno Bluetooth receiver used to pair with the Eno pens. But what makes this possible to extend the display and have another video output is a simple external video card. And these video cards are commercially available for between $30 and $50 that you could buy online. This one is a StarTech video output card. It connects into USB and converts the video signal to HDMI. And that HDMI, of course, is connected to the other projector. This again can be a VGA output or any video output with any resolution that you want. Once we have that set up, then what we're doing is we're mirroring your standard desktop on the left side of the Eno FlexAB280, and we're extending the desktop on the right side of the AB280. In this mode, you configure with your video settings on your laptop, whether it's a Mac, whether it's a PC, what version of Windows or Mac that you're using. You just configure your video outputs where you want them to go. There are a number of different ways that you can set this up, but they're all straightforward and easy. Again, there's no special software being used here. The only thing that is being used is you'll need to load the driver that comes with the video card, and you'll need to load the Eno driver to have the Eno pen pair with the Eno app that runs in the background. Very simple and straightforward. So thank you for your attention, and now we'll show you some demonstration videos.
Welcome, thank you. We're going to go over a quick demonstration of the FlexAB280 interactive whiteboard. And what we're doing here is we're showing a primary work surface next to an extended desktop. So what I'm doing here is I want to explain our active learning ecosystem and give you a representation of what that is from our standpoint based on the research that we've done. We have the active learning ecosystem here, but because it's so important, I want to leave it up on the screen for everybody to be able to see. But where did that information come from? And in looking at the research that we've done, we've looked at classrooms past and present. And we looked at what's happening currently. In some areas we've seen change, in some areas we haven't seen much change. But basically what we want to do with the active learning ecosystem is get kids ready for whatever future they're going to have as it relates to a career. So now what I'm going to do here is I have the ability to slide some of this information over to my extended desktop, and I want to spread this out just a little bit more because I have more information that I want to share with you. But before I go any further, I'm actually going to turn this board on the right side into a whiteboard. I'm going to take the icon strip off because it's obviously in the way as I'm showing this page here. And I'm going to advance that because I want to share with you additional information that has come up in our research. So while you're looking at this information being printed, we have the visuals here. The active learning ecosystem I'm going to bring up again later, but here we actually have a video testimony from a school that's actually using our products. And this is in an elementary school kindergarten application. So I'm going to turn this down, but I'm showing you that I have complete control of the video while all this other information is layered. And while I can move this over to here, I can then show you some still photographs of where Node and Verb are being used in a high school application. So I'm layering all of this information here, and I can continue to advance these images while this video is running. And now on the extended desktop, while that is finished, I can finish that information. I can close that out, and I can continue to move this information to really spread it out so that you can see actually everything that I have displayed. So I can stop the video and pause that. We can go through more information here. I can put this icon strip back where it was or wherever I need it to be at this point in time. And then I have the annotation tools so that I can annotate on any one of these slides as you're used to with any of the Eno products from the past. Thank you. Thank you. In this demonstration of the Eno FlexAB280 interactive whiteboard, I'm going to still be starting here on my primary desktop, and I'm going to be pushing content over to the extended desktop. And I want you to remember that in doing this demonstration, we're not using any special software. We're powering all this information with PDFs, Microsoft Office suite of tools. And what I've chosen to do here is to start this off by looking at a PDF. And I'm going to go down to page 5 because I want you to see this information. When we get involved with the active learning information and research, what people are often concerned about are what are the metrics. If we use your new product or your new solutions for active learning, what are the metrics? So what I've done here is I'm going to shrink this down because with the information that I'm sharing with you here, what I've actually done is I've taken the information of the student responses and I've put it into an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to make this a little bit larger so that you can see that not only am I using a PDF, I'm also using Microsoft Excel. And what I've noticed when I look at the data that's here, I actually made a mistake. So I'm going to click on my icon strip and bring up my keyboard because this information on this graph is accurate, but as I go to sheet 1, I realize that the focus information is not 10%, it actually should be 80%. So when I click this to 80 and then go to groups, you'll notice that this is going to change live just like as it would if I was on my computer. So focus jumped up and now the groups is 38% and in actuality it's actually 98%. So as I enter that information, you'll see that groups has expanded. So now I'm going to get rid of my keyboard because I don't need it anymore. So I have both of these sets of information here that I could leave up and use on either side. But what's running here in the background is our node, is an animation of the node chairs being used in an actual simulation. So, but what I want you to see as this runs, even though it's split on the screen here, if I go into annotation mode, like say I want to annotate something on this slide right now, as I hit annotation, this board freezes. Because this is my extended desktop, this keeps moving. This gives me the ability to annotate here, and let's just say I want to erase that now. And then when I want to go back to cursor mode, notice that video catches right back up to the other side. So because the screens are split, one side will freeze and one will continue. So while all that information is up, I have the ability now to also bring up the web page. Because if you want more additional information on everything we're talking about from a product or research standpoint, now I have the internet page open that I could again drag across here. And while I can scroll up and down here, I can change this to something on this side of the page, and I still have functionality on both sides of the spline that's separating the two boards. Thanks. I'm going to do another demonstration of the Eno FlexAB280 product. And basically what I want you to understand is that this is my primary desktop, and I'm going to be pushing content over to my extended desktop. But I want you to also realize is that we're going through these demonstrations, there's no special software being used here. And this is what we're using is basic Microsoft applications. So what I've done in this simulation is I want you to imagine that I'm working with a team on a bid proposal, and what I've done here is I've sent everybody this Word document. But what I've done is I'm needing their assistance to help me with this bid. So I sent this document out to everybody and I asked for their input on how the document was written. And thanks to all of you for your feedback, because you've marked the document up, I've taken your recommendations, and these are all the areas where you think this document needs to be changed. So the power of this board allows me to keep the original content here while we mark up this one on this side. So if we just choose any one of these areas that have been highlighted here, we can simply highlight this one here, and we can make a simple annotation here about what we actually need to do with this. We could obviously type on here and change this, but having this here as the original reference will speed up the process. Everybody's input will then be taken, and it allows us to clean this document up in a compressed amount of time because basically the images are mirrored. But having the original here is going to help us with the process of marking this up. Whether this is a web page or Word document or a PowerPoint, it's nice to be able to have the original as you're making changes to the new one. Thank you. Welcome. In this demonstration of the Eno FlexAB280 interactive whiteboard solution, what we're going to be showing here is a demonstration of whiteboarding. Mark's going to be on the primary desktop and I'm going to be on the extended version. We're going to go into whiteboard mode and we're each going to independently be writing. Mark's going to be capturing information about the AILS research, and I'm going to be capturing the products that coincide with that research. The difference between the two is that while Mark's capturing his, I'm going to be capturing mine, and we're going to have the ability at the end of this to go into slide sorter mode. So while we're not writing a lot of information, I want you to imagine the information that you can capture, and then you could restructure and reorganize those slides. Ready?
Ready.
Here we go. I'm going to go on to the next slide. While I do that, I'm going to change color. Go on to slide 3. Change color yet again. And what's important to note as we go through this, and I'm going to change to my final slide, is that Mark and I are up here, but we have the ability to have 2 additional people. We could have 4 students or 4 employees up here at the same time, all writing at once. So Node plus Verb plus Eno allows you to create an active learning ecosystem solution. While Mark's finishing up, I'm going to click on my slide sorter so that you can see that all of the information that I captured is saved in the color that I created that in, and Mark will do the same on his side. So these slides can be shared with all the participants in either the class or the meeting, and it can be restructured. At this point, we could delete what we don't want, we could delete them all, individuals, and we could reorganize these slides. Is there anything you'd like to add?
That's it.
Thank you very much.